to the Monday, February 13th episode of PM Show. You have to be a master at something. I've already shared it out. There's a little PSA. Hey, Tony. Good. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope you had a good day and relaxed. Fed and happy. Same way I am, man. My wife got out one of those pork lines yesterday, and she put it in the crock pot this morning with some barbecue sauce. Poked it full of holes by this evening at 4:30. It was just falling apart. She made some. She found a coleslaw recipe, which we had some cabbage in the fridge and stuff. She made this new coleslaw, and boy, it all just kind of packed together into a good sandwich. Found out I need more parts to fix the blower in the Suburban. Oh God, jeez, go figure. Hey Kyle, I'm doing all right, bud. I'm doing all right. Actually, it's 7 o'clock here, 2 minutes after, and I'm not ready to go to sleep. So I mean, that's always a good thing. Hey Christine, hey, did I just see you somewhere? Did they ever get their stream fixed over there? Hey Sarah, good to see you. Jan, hope you're doing well tonight. Oh, hush puppies. All right, now we got it. Let me see here. I'm tipsy. Sarah, are you drinking on a school night? I did fix the door handle, put a new speaker in the box of the thing, so I got stereo. There you go. Always a positive point. Gets kind of boring on those long trips not having something to listen to. This house is busier than a one-legged guy in an ass-kicking contest tonight. My wife has got her son's cousin. She's got her niece out there playing cards right now. And somebody else just pulled in. Oh, gin and tonic. There you go. The school day has me drinking on a school night. Yeah, must be party night. Must be party night. I'm in here. I've been in here avoiding the noise. No, it's not hers by blood. It's on his dad's side. but they've all been friends for, yeah, forever and a day. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that. Well, I'm having Michelob Ultra, several. No, I made myself not included. Too much estrogen out there. I'm going to drown in that stuff. Ralph's trying to stay up on the counter right now to stay out of the flow of it. I feel sorry for him. I think his little gazunga's already shrunk up and fell off or something. Oh wait, he don't have any. I think his wee wee shriveled up and fell off. I've been staying in here on purpose. All that talking and chatting and yelling and the music out there, jamming and stuff like that. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. I don't mind beer all that much. Bush Light once in a while is good, especially when somebody else is paying for it. You have much American beer? Oh, okay. Um, been working all day long on that video that I was talking about this morning. I have done um, 8 different clips, an intro, and about 9 layers on this, and I'm only about halfway through the video. So this one here is going to be epic. I mean, this is going to be just like a TV show by the time I get done with it. The channel needs more than ever. Hey Jay, good to see you. Hope you're doing good tonight. Just between us, the channel don't need your help tonight. But Drew can use some cigars. I managed to scrape up enough. The wife managed to scrape up enough change yesterday to get me a few packs, and I'm on the last pack. Just opened the last pack, and my phone's due Saturday, and so yeah, I'll be honest with you. Any donations that come in tonight is going to go towards cigars and my phone. I indeed can live stream on the tube, so we can do the Wednesday thing. No, excuse me. Cool. That works. Awesome. I'm glad you checked into that, bud, because I've been so busy today. Jesus criminy. I never realized when I tried to up my video game that it was going to take up so much more time. Drew and I are discussing something Wednesday. Cool. I like discussing. Yeah, I said that right. I like being discussing. We may have to talk before then, Tony, so I know what the hell we're talking about. Oh, wow. Goodness gracious sakes. Yeah, I only drink because my neighbor gave me beer. I'm a single parent, so I can't get a lot of extras, but I will float. So, yeah. The only time I ever drink is when the wife buys it. I won't go out and spend money on it. She can go through a 12 pack of those. The hell lemonade crap is that? She or tea? No, Yeah, that tea that she drinks. I don't remember what it's called, but she'll go through a 12 pack of that in a night, sitting there playing cards. I go out and buy a 12 pack of beer. If I don't have anybody to drink it with, it'll sit in my fridge for 3 weeks. I'll go Twisted Tea. Thank you, Jan. Yeah, she'll go through a 12 pack in a night playing cards, but nope, I don't have anybody to drink with. I'll go out and mow the yard or something in the summertime, drink one or two of them at night, and that's it. I don't touch it again till the next time I go out and make myself sweat. What's wrong with a simple whiskey? Nothing, nothing. But much like beer, I got to, I got to be in the mood to drink it. I'm not an alone drinker. I'm more of a social drinker. Those few times you guys have seen me on here drinking, it's because I'm sitting here interacting with you. But if I was just sitting here working on a video or something, I got the coffee pot, I got my diet soda. Yeah, I can't wait for the shine. I also warned Ash too that I told you about her getting her hair cut. So she's kind of scared at your reaction when you walk in the door. I like me better than anyone else anyway. Alone is fine. Yeah, I cannot get a taste for that twisted tea. I've taken a drink of hers before, and it's like, nope. I just get so overwhelmed. Like I don't need to feel overwhelmed to do it. I don't blame you. I'm surprised that honestly between me, you, and the wall, I'm really surprised that more people that work in the education field don't come home and drink. I know what it's like dealing with a teenager at home when it comes to keeping her grades up and doing her schoolwork, and which our school's really weird. They don't have textbooks. There's no study guides, no study aids kids can bring home when they fall behind. If they can't do it in class, then it don't get done. Plain and simple. So it's the weirdest thing I ever seen in my life. The governor just got done talking here a few months ago about allocating all this money last year for brand new textbooks for the schools, but our school don't use textbooks. She don't even carry a book bag back and forth to school. They outlawed it. They said no bags, nothing of any kind is allowed in the school anymore. That's fine, Jan. That's fine. Dewars White Label. I don't think I've ever had White Label. I've had Dewars before. No reason. No reason. Book bag was a requirement to start school with, and they got about 8 weeks into school, and all of a sudden the school said, "Oh, there's no reason to carry book bags back and forth. If you can't carry it in your pocket or tie it around your waist, then you don't need it in school." Can't hide those guns. Yeah, you mean like that little 6-year-old kid that didn't even have his in his book bag? He had it stuck in the waistband of his pants or something like that. They didn't even frisk him. They just checked his book bag. So whatever, stupid people doing stupid things, making stupid mistakes. Sarah, we have good family on here. I've never been on a live anywhere. There's calls to be nasty. Yep, definitely. Hey, Masha, good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Holster. The kid could have been carrying a bloody holster on his hip, and they wouldn't have found it. They didn't even, according to the people in charge there at the school, they said that they didn't even check him. They just checked his book bag and let him go on to class. You are welcome, Masha, anytime. You're part of the family. I tell everybody, once they come in here the first time, they're part of the family. They come in here anytime they want to. What's wrong with nasty? Nothing. Nasty's good. Nasty is good. There ain't nothing wrong with nasty. Well, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. We are halfway through the month of February. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. If you have a significant other, whether you're married to them or just thinking about getting married to them, take them out for dinner, show them a good time, take them back home, show them an even better time. If you're single, go get some carry out and go back home, and I'm just going to end it there. I'm going to stop it right there before we become socially unacceptable. You have to be. I must say, I do like our strict gun laws here. Nothing for me. I'm single. Today is Valentine's Day here. Yeah, yep, it's the next day for you. It is February 14th in Australia. Oh, Drew, I need to send you something on Messenger. Awesome. Our law strict here in Canada. Sponsored by the candy industry. Happy Valentine's Day, Christine. Oh, goodness gracious. But yep, I'll be back at it. If they're still out there playing cards and stuff, I'm going to get back on that video tonight. Yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. But I enjoy doing things like that. I like doing a video that tells a story. If you're going to be socially unacceptable, Drew, I'll have to take you down. Frankly, if you're single, you take yourself out to dinner, you go back home, you close the door and the curtains. I don't care how good of a time you show yourself. Just between me and you, I'd stop and grab some batteries after dinner on the way home. I'm not getting into that, though. That's just not my style. Mostly. Thank you, Christine. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Way on over there in the land down under. That's cheaper. I keep having flashbacks to the cartoon the wife and I watch on Hulu called Brickleberry. The very first episode. Very first episode, the new girl Ethel pisses off Malloy, who's voiced by Daniel Tosh, and He says, yeah, you're going to take something I love. I'm going to take something you love. And they show him walking into her cabin. He opens up her drawer and pulls out, and you could just about imagine. And he holds it up and looks at it all kind of confused and goes, bzzz. So he unscrews the bottom, pops the batteries in his paw, screws the bottom back on, throws it back in the drawer and closes it and walks out. Hey, check this out. Woman walks into the doctor's office. She looks at the doctor. She says, Doc, I don't know what's going on. She said, my husband just isn't interested in sex anymore. And the doctor says, well, I'll tell you what. I have an experimental pill here. I'm going to give it to you. He says, I want you to go home tonight. I want you to put it in his mashed potatoes. Now, I don't know what effect it's going to have, but just be aware it's experimental, so we don't know what's going to happen. So she does precisely what the doctor says. And she shows back up at the doctor's office a couple days later, and she says, Doc, she says, that pill was a miracle. The doctor said, really? She said, I did exactly what you said. She said, we sat down to dinner. I slipped it in his mashed potatoes. She said within 5 minutes, he jumped up out of his chair. He pushed the plates, the food, everything on the floor. Came around, grabbed me, stood me up, ripped my skirt right up the center, grabbed my shirt, ripped it right off my body, threw it on the floor, grabbed me, picked me up, put me on the table. We had sex for over an hour. It was the greatest it's ever been. The doctor said, oh, I'm so sorry about that. He said, since it's on a trial basis from the Institute will be more than happy to pay for any damages that he caused. And she said, that's okay. We're not going back to that restaurant again anyway. Beware, I may be showing up in one of y'all's live streams. I'm trying to hit a lot of the lives on YouTube to show my support. That's what I've been doing lately. That's what I've been doing lately too. I've been going to a bunch of different live streams, even ones that I don't subscribe to, and just giving them a little love, saying hi, sneaking back out the back door. So, I mean, you got to show support where support is due. Just joined. Bam, JJ's Adventures. Thank you so much. That's right. You have to be a master at something. I actually did work at a bait shop for 20 years. What does that make me? A professional salesman. A masturbator. That's only if you're a professional fisherman. If you're a professional fisherman, then you're a masturbator. Just throwing this out there. Our next video will be short and about the chickens. Okay, yep, I'm not... I was going to say something, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. It's okay once in a while when your chicken stops laying to grab it, pick it up, swing it around, pop its head off. That's perfectly legally acceptable outside in your hen house where people can see. It is not acceptable to go out there and just choke your chicken. just as illegal as it is to just choke your husband. I mean, it just isn't. Hey, Terry, good to see you. Hope you're doing well tonight. When I get the new chicks, I'll have one about them. Well, hey, I mean, don't forget to bring a cat carrier with you, and you can take Tucker back home with you, and you just just bring a chick or two with you, and we'll tell Steph that you misunderstood, and you actually thought it was going to be a trade off. That way, she'll be forced to let me keep them. We'll have a new setup for them in the house to keep the dust down. Yep, because we're not letting Tucker back in the house. I done already told Ash and Steph both. I don't want Tucker back in the house anymore since he has got to that point now where he's attempting to hump. I don't want him mastering it on my pillow or in my recliner or anything like that. So, and as long as he's outside trying to get in, then Kenny's trying to get outside. And I know if we let her outside, she's going to be pregnant in no time. So, yeah, most definitely bring a cat carrier. I was chatting with my neighbor. That's an awful good neighbor you got there, to be honest with you, Sarah. Giving you beer. Yeah, we don't want him sprayed in the house either. Granted, he's not at that point where he actually knows what the hell he's doing, but instincts are starting to take over, so it's not going to be long. It's not going to be long before he hits the target, starts spraying everywhere. Plus, I really honestly want him to go to a good home because he's starting to hang around with ruffians in the neighborhood. We went up to the store last night to grab some bags of lettuce that was on sale. And we caught him right down here on the curb lawn in front of the house with some great big shaggy black cat, and this mangy looking thing looks like it's got leprosy. But we decided that because the that black one is mean, it's out here on the porch every morning when we open the door up now, and it balls up into a ball about that big, starts hissing and stuff, and the second you hit the door. So I don't wanna be feeding him and that thing come up and tear him up, give him rabies or something. This conversation was a dumb joke, but I would like to get some chicken sometime. We had some Rhode Island Reds when I was a kid, and I had good eggs. I love fresh eggs. Love fresh eggs. Our eggs are actually on sale right now. They're selling 2.5 dozen for $7 up here at the grocery store. $7. They are cut in half from where they were last week. Those things in life, that's what I suggest. Old rubber band works every time. But you have Rhode Island Reds. I know, Terry, that is why I brought it back up. I won't feel well tomorrow. It's a good thing you have a door on your office. Just close it. Put a blanket or something over your light so it stays nice and dark in your office. You'll be good. Got 2 eggs out of the coop today. That's good. That's good. That's a lot better than it was 2 weeks ago. take a couple Tylenol before you go to bed. You should be okay. Glub, 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 glub. Glub, glub. Glub, 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 glub. Hey, Buck. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well tonight. I'm drunk, y'all. So I'm sorry if I just. Nah, you're fine, sir. It's like I said, I'm really honestly surprised dealing with a teenager at home that more people that work in the education industry don't drink when they get home. And I know you don't normally do it, so for you to actually kick back and have a few beers of an evening when you get home, psst, girl, go for it. Go for it. Drink like a fish. You deserve it. My old girls aren't laying. It's my young ones. The old girls are going to be my friends, going to my friend's farm. My wife is a second grade teacher. It is no joke, stressful job. I can still understand you just fine, Sarah. So yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing any of that normal drunk texting stuff. So yeah, you're doing good. Yeah, the last time that I went to a junior high and done a presentation, I done three presentations that day for three different classes, and I came home and boy, I shot hot damn for probably an hour that night. Those kids had me wound up so tight. I was like an overwound watch. I didn't know if I was what I was supposed to do. I just sat there, just kind of, ooh, if you were mine, ooh, if you were mine. No, I'm not unattractive, and I don't mean it bad because I care about looks, but sometimes we can get by with more. But I don't mean it bad. No, you're fine, Sarah. I understand. I've seen a picture of you before. If you'll remember right, you sent me a picture. God, how long ago was it? Last year, 2 years ago, of you and your daughter together. So, you know, I'm definitely here to say Sarah's a very pretty woman. You know, it's amazing some guy hasn't swooped in and picked her up. I'm just, you know, I love you. No worries, Sarah. Most of the time when I'm on this chat, I'm wasted on gummies. Goddamn thing, these typos are all me. Sarah is what I wish I was. No, I actually went out there earlier. When I come out of the studio earlier to eat, um, I went out to the kitchen, heard those girls cackling out there, and I walked to the fridge, took a couple big old shots of apple shine, and um, grabbed my sandwiches and went back, come back in the studio and ate. Got done, took my plate out, and took another shot, and came back in. What have I got in those cigars? Backy. Backy. Man, I don't know about where you guys come from, but our dispensaries yesterday, both dispensaries here in town, were having 50% off sales. And that went for the smokable, that went for the edibles, that went for everything. A friend of ours went and bought a half an ounce for $40 yesterday. It's normally $85. He said he didn't know what the occasion was besides the fact it was Super Bowl Sunday. Still not my thing though. I don't mind doing the edibles, especially the ones that help you sleep. But that's it. Haven't taken my narcotic pain meds since 6 a.m. So it ain't that either. Watch out for them pain meds. They can get you before you even know it. Oh, no, you don't. I've been taking these meds for years. Sorry to hear that. It sucks to live in pain. I'm going to ask my doctor when I see him about some pain meds for my back. Anymore, and I've noticed this a lot with doctors around these parts, and I don't know if it's this way all around the country, but around these parts, when you talk to your doctor about it, they uh, they give you a narcotic pain med, but they only give it to you for like, what is it, 4 or 5 months? Then they cut you off. They don't give them to you anymore. So, once your body starts to get used to them and is able to operate normally, then they cut you off and you're back in pain again. If your doctor says you're capable of doing it, physical therapy helps more than anything else. Most problems, not everybody can safely do it though. Yeah, I ran into that problem 30 some odd years ago, buddy, when I hurt my back. They wanted me to do physical therapy. And it's like, how am I going to do physical therapy when there's nerve damage that's keeping me from doing anything? No, Sarah, you're fine. You're fine, definitely. Don't worry about that. It's only 9 days here. Doesn't matter what the pain is. THC works very good. See, my doctor wants me to take water therapy, physical therapy in a pool to help to alleviate the strain on my knees and on my back and stuff, but nobody around here offers it. And the ones that do have it, insurance don't cover it. I told him I was going to come to his house and do therapy in his pool. He didn't like that idea very much. Take care, Drew. Have a good night, sir. You too, Masha. You too. You have a good evening. Have a nice night. Have a good day tomorrow. And I guess I'm going to be on with Tony Wednesday morning. So if you're not doing anything, you may want to come and check us out. I got a bunch of metal in my leg now. I don't think I'll be able to ever walk good or run again, but now I'm hiking miles I feel good, but I'm lucky. My doctor tells me to take ibuprofen. Hey, it's a wonderful night. When I hurt my back years ago, that's what I did was water therapy. It worked very well. Have heart issues. I can't take ibuprofen, only Tylenol. Yeah, buddy, I'm kind of right there with you with the leg thing, with my knees going out. I don't even leave the house anymore without my cane, and a lot of times I'll use it around the house here. Especially the mornings I get up and my knees are really hurting. I mean, to the point where the icy hot and the medicated rub don't even take the edge off the pain. Um, I will live. Um, I will straight up live on that cane, like it's a third leg. I see where Tylenol causes autism and ADHD. Too bad like that. I'm already ADHD. But don't send me any. All right, Sarah, that's fine, honey. Steph just went tonight and filed it. I guess all this hokum that the IRS and everybody else is putting on YouTube and Facebook and everything about the child tax credits and stuff like that. It's all based on your income bracket. I just sent a video to her for her tax preparer at H&R Block to look at because they were giving her 2,500. And I said, I'm sitting here looking at a guy right now who works at the IRS, and he said that the child tax credit is $4,000. And her tax preparer said, no, that's all based on income. They're not telling you that. It's all based on your income bracket. People who make lower money get higher child tax care. It's like, why? The better off you are, the better school district you live in and stuff, the more child care is costing you. And she said, well, it's for low income families who are on like food stamps and stuff like that. So you get more money back than what a person does that makes $40,000 or $45,000 a year. Oh, I saw one of those TV lawyers ads about Tylenol this morning. Cervical, lumbar, cervical, water exercises won't help. Gotta go, guys. Just wanted to come in and say hi to everybody. Mash that thumbs up. Hope you all have a good evening. You too, buddy. You too. You have yourself a good evening. Have a nice week. And if you get a chance, come in and see me and Tony on Wednesday. It should be good. Hey, Tony, if you want to, you can toss your link up there in the chat. That way, everybody knows where to go to and where they can find us at on Wednesday. She gets free child care because of her disability. I appreciate that because she has a hard time. We'll see you later, Sarah. You have a good evening, dear. Have a couple more drinks, kick back, relax in a nice warm bubble bath. Enjoy your evening. Hey, Templar. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Okay, let's get straight. Who is not leaving? Okay, Sarah's not leaving. Okay, all right. Well, then don't have a couple more and don't go soak in a bubble bath, especially when you're talking to us. Tony will find some way of. I ain't even going there. Not me. I just got here. But Buddy was leaving. Yeah, but Buddy's gone. It's so confusing sometimes. I see that ad about Camp Lejeune and how the water was contaminated. My dad was stationed there. Thank God. Dad didn't believe in drinking water. Yeah, really. I get stuff from the Camp Lejeune thing all the time in my email. It's like, I was not there. Have you thought of a Discord? Hey, Josh. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well tonight. No, I've never thought of a Discord. I ran our show through Discord. No, I actually never thought of it. I just got done seeing something the other day about people talking about alternative places to um, stream at and stuff like that. And somebody had brought up some of these other streaming. Um, yeah, I know you told me about Discord, but they had brought up some of these other sites to stream, and they were talking about the fact of how many people are on YouTube versus some of these other platforms, and it's like 10 times more people viewing videos on YouTube than any other platform. I mean, you're talking about like 9 million people on YouTube any given time, 24 hours a day. So, but I mean, when you start thinking about the world population at, like 6.2 billion, what is 9 million? I mean, it's a drop in the bucket. Be on my own channel. The early watch is Jimmy's. I don't like Discord. It's too confusing to me. There you go. Thank you, Jan. Oh, and by the way, Jan is actually this channel's first managing moderator. Um, it just showed up on my chat tonight. So she's my guinea pig. I don't know what it does. I don't know what she can do. I don't know anything. But she's our guinea pig. And if all of a sudden she starts to glitch on here and disappears, we'll know it's the managing moderator thing that did it. I don't know which one I am on at the moment. Oh, fuck me, moment. Oink oink. Oh, I have to call now instead of the what? I have to To cog now instead of the lines for the stream. What did you say about Discord? I have a cog now instead of the lines for the stream. Wilson, while you ladies are here, evidently I am too. Okay. I just want to make sure people go to the correct channel. There you go. Hey, Fishing, good to see you, bud. Hope you had a good day today. I hope it was as pleasant way down in Georgia as it was up here today. It wasn't warm, but it was pleasant and it was sunny all day. The lines are for top messages or regular chat. It is a handy tool, to be honest. Yeah, it wasn't warm by any means here, but man, I'll tell you what, we opened up the back door and the front door and turned the furnace down, and it got so warm in here that I was out there doing dishes earlier without a shirt on. And you never see me without a shirt on. But it was hot in this place. Okay. All right, Jan. I know we're going to be up near 60 either Wednesday or Thursday. Of course, you know, they're talking about the possibility of snow next week. But, yeah, who knows? I actually did work on my new 99 Suburban today. It was nice. I saw you without a shirt on the other week doing dishes. Well, see, that's because in here I keep the fan turned on low to keep the computers. Speaking of which, I have got to find one of those cooling platforms for the laptop with the fans in it, because this one here being so old, it worries me with me using it like I do and not having more air going up to it. I've actually got it lifted up right now, and I have a small level under the back of it, but it's only lifted up about yay much. So I need to, if anybody knows where you can find one of those little cooling things cheap, please let me know, because I got a feeling with this thing being so old. This is a 2018, so yeah, I mean, it's not exactly a spring chicken anymore. It was nice while it lasted. My laptop hasn't been shut off this year. It sits on top of the refrigerator with the fan outlet blocked by stuff. Hey, Ty. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this evening. Yeah, I just noticed the other day, because as small spaces I have to work in here, my phone sits, usually it did sit right beside the laptop, and whenever I would pick my phone up, it would be hot because of the heat blowing out that exhaust right by the drive. And then today the fan started making kind of a funny noise. So I thought, I may need to check into one of those cooling deals to set the laptop on, just to be safe. been to see the hogs yet. Just his ex. It's hot. Yep. Oh yeah, there's hot air blowing out that exhaust right there. I mean, it automatically goes into sleep mode about 15 minutes if I'm not doing anything on it. But while I'm working on a video over here, I'm doing research and running my script and stuff like that over here. So I mean, it's constantly on from like 3 o'clock in the morning until whenever I shut this place down. It's been doing the same thing for 2 years. Wow. I do blow compressed air through it once in a while. Well, I did it once. Well, I mean, once in a while, no one ever said, what a while is, so I mean, once in a while could be once every 10 years. So, I mean, you're right. Once in a while, you blow compressed air through it. Almost considered quitting. Why? Why did you almost consider quitting reenacting? Mostly the only time this laptop is off is if and when I take it to the cabin. Reenacting's not hard. Costly? Yes. Hard? Ah. I'll never quit reenacting. I know guys that are in their 90s that can barely walk, that are out there in their dyers, their dyer moccasins, and probably 50-year-old buckskins and a red shirt with white polka dots and a great big long hunter's hat, just strolling around. Go to the woods and try to live the colonial life. It's really Terry and Sarah go. I don't know. I don't know. Tony, I would absolutely positively love to go to the woods and live the colonial life. Make that sound sultry. Oh man, that's terrible. You make that sound sultry. Sultry. It's a gift. What can I say? Yeah, I'll give you that. another video I'm going to have coming up here real soon. I want to tell you guys about this. Number one, I wanted to apologize for anybody in the channel that either A, lives in Britain, or B, is of British heritage, because this video is going to be about Queen Elizabeth I. And it was actually made by National Geographic, but in Britain. And it's some very questionable material. So of course there'll be a viewer's discretion advisory at the beginning, and probably several apologies at the end. Can you call people? You can call me to be on. I'm perfectly safe. Yeah, I can call people up until Saturday. I can call people. Well, we still have a house phone, I guess. We've not got it disconnected yet. Going to sometime soon, though, because I am not going to keep paying $165 for a damn telephone and crappy internet. So, yeah. Over 180 million on disability or welfare, not counting immigrant, getting assistance in the USA. A lot of us are all of the above. Well, I can be on. Cool. We'll figure something out then. She means to have her on panel. Oh yeah, this is, yeah. I'm doing this on YouTube, so there is no panel tonight. Because I can't afford StreamYards, I have to use it as little as possible so I don't go over my my 20 hours. So you figure I do 4 hours twice a week. That's 8 hours. Two weeks is 16 hours, and then I can get through the first day of the next week, and then I'm screwed after that. So I try to use it as little as possible. Unless I'm too annoying. You're never too annoying. You're never too annoying. I think we're about the same age, Tony, and I'm not old. That is kind of why we are talking Wednesday, testing the YouTube streaming. Yeah, but once again, it has to be set up like that. It has to be set up as a dual stream. So, and I just set this up as an original stream, or as a single stream. But yeah, I'm really anxious to try that out, see how that works. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well over there across the pond. You know, I've never caught Tony or Jimmy with without using their chat emojis. I've never seen their faces on their stream yet. I'm in that pic. You came in just a little bit late there, Squirrel. I was just telling everybody in an upcoming video I'm actually going to be doing on Queen Elizabeth the First. They talk about some of the possible reasons, some of the rumors, some of the tales, some of the myths about Queen Elizabeth the First and why she was always the Virgin Queen. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Sarah, you're fine, honey. Quit worrying about it. You're fine. You were not even near as kashnookered as I have seen some people in here, and nowhere near annoying as I've seen some people in here. Not that anybody's really annoying, just not not. I mean, you're fine. Don't worry about it. With Dr. D and Edward Kelly. I don't know. I've not watched the whole thing yet, but it's got some interesting stuff just in the first few minutes. Just the first couple minutes made me set it aside and pin it up, so I had it for later. There's some good stuff in there. Some things I never heard of before. If you can see that pic somehow, like say Facebook, I am the one shooting the giant 4-ball. I'm just here, just getting my fix from coffee withdrawal. There you go. Take a share. I will tell you when it's time to go. Cool. Sounds good. So I'll tell you when it's time for me to go. Sarah, you are so good. You're not annoying at all. Have a great evening. Much love. Definitely so. Yep. Not in the least bit. Oh, okay. He was okay. I got you. Well, it's kind of like texting emotion. I don't hear how you're saying it to yourself as you're texting it, and I can't see whose name you're looking at when you're typing it. So yeah, I just assume whenever somebody says something, they're always talking to me. I kind of treat the chat like my marriage. I can be 2 rooms away with the vacuum cleaner on, and I'll turn it off, and I'll hear, "Damn it! Didn't you hear a word I said?" Huh? Had my headphones on, cranked up, the vacuum cleaner. What? Did you say something? So yeah, I just always automatically assume now that you're talking to me. You talking to me? You talking to me? They said we always enjoy when you're here. Definitely so. Text has its drawbacks. Um, that's why when I'm trying to emphasize something, I always capitalize it. If I'm trying to be sarcastic about something, I always put it in parentheses. That way, people know, you know, whatever I'm talking about. You know, I'm trying to convey some kind of emotion there. I think 9 times out of 10, though, it just confuses the hell out of everybody, and they don't know what to make out of it. Especially now that I'm having a hard time um, when talking to you, Drew. I use your name, or at least try to. Well, see, you're already one step up on my wife because I ain't gonna tell you what she calls me. Just a hint. It's not a lovable term normally. To her, I guess it is, but I mean, I don't understand how "hey asshole" could be a term of endearment, but My dad used to say there were four words that keeps a good marriage. I'm sorry and you're right. Your dad was right. Your dad was right. My dad told me that him and my mom have been married for 60 years because he follows the ATTB method. ATTB. Always take the blame. It means she always has your back end. That train's loud. Hey, Santee. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. My last three wives all passed away suddenly. The first two had food poisoning. The last one refused to eat my cooking. How dare she? How's it going? Well, it's going. I've almost made it completely through another day, so it's going. Always had that fifth kid around to take blame. Her name was not me. Sounds like a smart kid to me. Drew, I met a fellow with a huge bear claw around his neck. I asked him where he got it. He said, my ex-wife took. he needs to he needs to free her up to go get a pedicure once in a while. Can you guys hear that? There is nothing in the world worse than three intoxicated women who can't sing sober attempting to sing Avril Lavigne when they're not sober. Need some kip. It's 1:15 here. Take care. You too, squirrel. You take care of yourself, bud. We'll catch you here in a few days. I think their cousin's name was, I don't know. I was in hysterics for a few seconds. Could have been night. He told me he shot the bear. Yes, if they hate men, it's worse. No, can't hear it. You're probably better off, be honest with you. Sounds like a cat crying. That's it. Sounds like a whole bunch of cats sitting on a fence meowing at the moon, and none of them are in tune. I stay in a separate structure from my woman's. I'm clear at the other end of the house behind a closed door, and I got a great big rolled up towel shoved up against the bottom of the door so noise can't interfere with my recording or anything like that. And you know, there ain't no getting around that. If I could pass on one piece of wisdom to men, it is that I can hear also. I think that one piece of wisdom is stay in separate structures. Yeah, there you go. Separate structures. Yeah. Well, if I could, I would actually move my operation back out to the Shedio to do my live streams and stuff again. But it's taken so much damage in the last year from storms and falling limbs and stuff that the fiberglass sheet roofing on it is full of holes and cracks and everything. And that's exactly what I need is to be sitting out there live streaming someday and it start to rain and come down all over the table where my computer and stuff sitting there. So, yeah, I think I'll put up with the dying cats. And I take care. Happy Valentine's Day. You too, Terry. You too. Have a good night. Sleep well. Have a good day tomorrow. And pop over and see me and Tony Wednesday morning. It's going to be fun. Man, Tony, I'll tell you what, there was more ice on that shed floor this winter than there was outside. There is no way on God's green earth I would ever attempt to use anything that's been out there on the floor for any length of time. That's why I want to get rid of these sheds and pour some gravel and build the carport because there's nothing in there really honestly worth saving. Maybe 5 or 6 small boxes that can all be put up on a shelf somewhere. Other than that, no. I have water dripping at this moment, less than 1 foot from me. Well, with that little teeny tiny waterfall going right there, I bet it's very romantic. Waterfalls, fountains. You ought to get a bright light and put it behind it, see if you can get a rainbow effect through it. New roof time this spring. Sounds like a plan, man. I wish I could still do that stuff. I'd come out and do it for you. I guarantee I'm a lot cheaper than the roofing crews are. Oh, it just drips like 1 drop a minute. Roofed for a living when you was 17 to 19. Roofing's easy. Roofing is easy as long as you watch your lines and You watch the veins in those shingles. Anybody can roof. Anyone can roof. But a lot of people don't. They just try to get it done really fast, get paid for it. And I've sat back and looked at people's roofs, and you will see where one shingle is sitting half an inch lower than the other. Then they just pushed it back up or pushed the next one back up where it was supposed to be. I would have never noticed that. I used to have to look at it because I was a supervisor. So I used to have to sit there and study every line. No, I mean, when you're working on, like, the last job I done, it was like an 11-12 pitch, and I was 30 feet above concrete up on a roof on a pitch like this. Well, yeah, like this. That's the one I told you guys about. We had to take the window out on the other side of the house, put two by fours across the window frame, nail it into the window frame, and then nail it into the two bys in the walls, and then run climbing ropes and have climbing harnesses on, so we could actually stand on the other side of the house. I did dairy barns. If you want to talk about pitched roofs, we done a barn garage one time. That was some scary crap right there. Especially because the guy was an alcoholic we were doing it for. So when we're up on the roof, he's in there with a broom handle, smacking the ceiling up in the hayloft. I used to be a roofer, then became a framer. Then I moved to mountains. I can't remember. I can remember shoveling snow, foundation just to build ladder jacks and 2x10s. We've set up walkboards many times. Set up walkboards many, many times doing roofs. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Until you get that greenhorn up there with you that leans against the roof when you're on a walkboard and the ladders start to do this. They'll only attain a certain pitch before they just fall. You got to be like really, really, really quick to get up on that roof. When you see those ladders start to shift to one side, you get up on that roof as fast as you can and just hope they know how to roll. I worked the side alone. Welcome back, Sarah. Nah, not really. We're just sitting here him hauling around for the last half hour. Me being somewhat funny or trying to. Jan, she's my girl. I suppose the truth is with the others in here if I was. You ready to talk wrenches? Um, love hammers. I love axes. Hammers ain't the first choice. I like axes, unless you got a Dodge. Um, if you want your email out there, Sarah, me personally, I would just get a hold of me on Facebook Messenger. Sure you can, but I wouldn't send an email. My email is easy, and it's right there on my business cards and my stickers. So mine is just simply living history comes alive at gmail.com. So Cruise 540. Message him. He's on Facebook. Drew Ellsworth. Cruise540 gmail.com. 8675309. Jenny. I would. But all the women. Smart aleck. Especially those four that I'm father to. 8675309. Jenny does have your number. You got it, you got it, got it. For a good time call. Ugh. There's something to hell with it. I'm going to get comfortable. We got exactly 30 minutes left. I'm going to be comfortable. Take these bloody damn things off so I can look y'all in the eye. Oh, what a night. Another good song. I give out my secondary email. Fair bit. Earlywatch at gmail.com. Yeah, I know. I really shouldn't, Jan, because they hear me, then they're going to try to outdo me. That's why I'm doing it very, very quietly. Actually, I've not heard them sing in a little bit, so it may be over with. Who knows? Yeah, that was actually Kelsey walking to the bathroom right outside the door here that you heard laughing. The early watch at your state emails for a fair few of our viewers. Man, I don't know, but these numbers are up and down tonight. We have been up to 15. We have been down to 5. Been back up to 15. Now we're down. We were just at 15 here just a minute ago. Now we're down at 7. We must be boring. We must be boring. People pop in to say hi, listen to me up here, realize they'd have more fun watching paint dry than hanging out in here with me, and they leave. It's like, my God, the last time I saw that dude, he looked like Buffalo Bill. Now I'm looking at him, he looks like Father Time kicked his ass. No dinner, no movie. Oh, goodness gracious, Akis. I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you guys, I'm thinking about these videos that I've got set up to put out, and it's like, man alive, why do you do this to yourself, dude, Leo? I mean, we got some good ones coming out. Don't get me wrong. Tomorrow we got the history of Valentine's Day, a modern view. Thursday we have historic fact or fiction, Hitler's UFO development. Next Sunday we have legend, blues, racism, and the devil, the crossroads. Um, the next Tuesday is truth is stranger than fiction, the story of the Count of St. Go, true history that forged the Iron Throne. And back in the early watch, back in the early watch days, when we were a hardcore news show, we did that state email thing for local news. Ah, input. Okay. And yes, you heard me right. Real history that forged the Iron Throne. For anybody who spends any time on HBO whatsoever, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And as for the video itself, y'all can use your imagination. You know, I don't slack off on my videos in 2000 and 2023. No way could two dudes keep up with 50 states of anti gun news. No, no, because every time you turn around, they're changing something, or they're amending something, or they're infringing on something. And yeah, it's almost impossible for two people to keep up with all that. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. I mean, I was sitting down watching a video here a few weeks ago where they were talking about changes in a couple states. Oh, the butt stock thing for the AR pistols. That's what it was. That's what it was. That I think it's June 1st. They're going to be outlawed. You can no longer put the rifle stocks or the rifle shoulder stocks on the AR pistols. You have to hold them like a pistol and shoot them. Yeah, pistol braces. Yep, as of June 1st, they are illegal. If you have any in your possession and you are caught, it is federal. Yeah, well, um, they made those braces for the pistol, so you could rest it against your shoulder and shoot it. And now they've illegalized them. So can't you get a state stamp for any firearm you want? Oh, no, no, no. You can get a Fed tax stamp for almost anything. Yeah, that lawyer was talking about the braces thing, and his video was like 40 some odd minutes long, and I watched probably 15 or 20 minutes of it, and it's like, man, I don't understand half of what he's talking about on here because he's using a bunch of damn lawyer terms. And this state and that state, and they're doing this, and you can get arrested for that, and you can. I'm like, nope, I'm out of here. I can't keep track of it, and it don't apply to me anyway. You can get federal stamp on almost anything, silencers, machine gun, etc., etc. All right, Jan. All right. Yep, you have yourself a good evening. Go relax with your hubby a little bit, and you guys have a good day tomorrow. And we'll catch you hopefully Wednesday morning over on Tony's channel. Brace thing was induced by brace manufacturers anyway, um, making it easier for takeover if you can't defend yourself. Cool. We'll see you there then. You have a good evening. Have a nice Valentine's Day, and we'll catch you later. The original was just a bracket that allowed you to strap the thing to your forearm. Yep, I agree with Templar. The last major leader in the world that tried to control who could and who couldn't have firearms was Hitler, and you see what happened there. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Make rubber bullets for police. Be less killings. Every freaking president since Hitler has. Really? Hmm. Now, see, I was watching a show not very long ago. They were talking about they ran through this long list of different rulers who tried to control firearms in the hands of civilians and trying to set guidelines of what they could have, what they couldn't have, things like that. And I didn't. There was no name mentioned after Hitler's, so I just automatically assumed that apparently they weren't counting our own presidents and stuff. 1968, 1986, 1994. Wow, got me. I didn't know. But like I said, none of these laws apply to me because I don't have modern firearms around. So police are so quick to pull their guns out. Yep. What was it here? Just not very long ago, they shot a guy that was walking around with a BB gun. And from what I understand, that BB gun had an orange tip on it. So much for having an orange tip on your air pistols and your BB guns and stuff if you want to stay safe. So, please do not get proper training. That's an understatement. But I think it has to do a lot with morality and character too. Um, I mean, how many times do we see officers throw somebody to the ground and get on top of them, and some young kid officer standing over here telling them, "No, that ain't right. Stop. You're thing on people and interacting. They get nearly nothing on people and interacting with." Yeah. Watch won't be long before we're fighting over chips being placed under the skin to keep track of us. If they aren't doing it already, then don't make them cops. You're right. You're absolutely positively right. But once again, you're talking about the academies passing these guys. So, what are you supposed to do? The academies are passing them. So, it's kind of hard to say you've not had proper training when the same school you went to isn't training them right. It's okay. It's my turn to head out. Been working on going through Dr. Bills, ready for income tax. Night all. See everyone another day. Happy Valentine's Day. You too, Jay. Take care of yourself. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Have a good evening tomorrow at home with your wife. And we'll catch you later, bud. Not in terms of enforcing law. No training, no badge. Academy. Yeah, I remember when I was growing up, almost every single police car had "to protect and serve" written on the back quarter panel, right by the tail light. Now, nowadays, you're wondering who they're protecting and who they're serving. You have a an armed assailant incident at a school, and it could be an hour or longer before they show up or before they take any action. You have a homeless person on the street that's trying to protect themselves from getting the crap beat out of them and their bag of clothes stolen, and cops come rolling up and tase them and beat them half to death and put them in the hospital and everything else. So where's the priorities lie? There really is no reason for local cop or local police officers to roll out. And yeah, agreed. We are all trained to be nervous when them lights come on. Yeah, we are. No, you're right. We have our county sheriffs that have like the full gear. Most of our officers here in town don't even wear body armor. The gentleman, the nighttime officer that came out a month ago today, um, he came out, pulled the unit right up in the driveway, got out, didn't have his coat on, no body armor, nothing. That's the kind of town I live in. This is kind of like Mayberry. I was a Fed cop, and I don't get nervous. First time I had to inform an officer I was armed was funny as hell. I bet it was. I bet it was. Sorry, Drew, I'm late. What is your PM live schedule? 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock in the morning, uh, Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock in the evening, Monday and Friday, both days, or both live streams. But you're all right. You're all right, JB. Tonight's just been a hymn hall, talking about whatever kind of night. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. This kid went to his gun, or went to his gun and got scared. I laughed and said, "Don't worry, dude, I won't hurt you." See, Michigan is one of those iffy states. You don't have to have a permit to open carry, but the second you put on a coat, the second you get in a car, the second you do anything, um, I mean, even if you put your pistol on the dashboard where they can very easily see it, it's still considered concealed carry in the state of Michigan. So you have to ask yourself, what's the purpose of having not requiring a permit to open carry if you're not going to walk everywhere without a coat on or anything? He was with an older officer who just shook his head. See, that's why I always thought it was a cool idea. If you carry in your vehicle, that they make a bumper sticker or something to put on your back window, whatever, informing an officer that you may have a firearm in the vehicle. The owner of this vehicle has a CCW, um, whatever the case may be. That way, that way when they come up to your window, and you're like, "Officer, I just want to inform you that I do have a firearm in this vehicle. If you will allow me to," and they automatically have their hand on the grip. It's like, as you can see, I'm doing this with 2 fingers by the barrel, and I am handing this to you like this. My other hand is under my butt in the seat right now, so you can take it. I will say if I got one on my person. I sat with the older cop on the tailgate of my truck while Junior ran me to see if I was a baddie. Go figure. Get a poisonous snake on board sticker. This shit just in the console. Do not ever say the word gun when interacting with cops. I am armed is fine. I have a weapon, etc. But gun is a trigger word. Yeah. Then again, okay, it's off now. It's off now. What was really funny is when we went to Canada. They'd always ask us, what we were doing. We said we're going to a historical reenactment. We're doing Revolutionary War. We're doing War of 1812. Or we used to take that trip up to Chatham, Ontario, to do the Battle of Thames from the War of 1812, where Tecumseh was supposedly killed at. And it was really funny because they always wanted to check the trailers. And well, what type of firearms do you have back here? Well, here you can see them. You can see them when we open the trailer up. We open the latch and drop the drop the door on the trailer, and there'd be like two cannons sitting there. There'd be a rack of guns on the wall. Be, they'd wanna they'd want their friends to or other officers, but other border patrol officers to take pictures of them holding the flintlock, holding the brown besses, or standing next to the cannons or something like that. It was really funny. 150 grain fire point at 3,000 feet per second. That is a gun. Oops. I think everybody ate the buns. There's no buns for the wife to put her pulled pork on. Oopsie. That in my pick there is a 200 grain, 1,700 feet per second, 44 Magnum, baby. I'll tell you what, I'm not opposed to modern guns. I just never had an interest in modern guns. I found speed loading a flintlock to be more fun and more entertaining for myself than tack 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 tack. That's probably one of my big things about hunting with a percussion or a flintlock rifle is when I'm out hunting something, I want to give it the same chance of getting away if I miss it the first time, as I have getting it the second time after a 20-second reload. I had people accuse me of shopping that pick because there's no muzzle rise or fire from the cylinder gap. Wow. Well, just about that time, guys. We got about 30 seconds left. If that long. So, I got the whole vid where we cut that image from. Very cool. Very cool. But it's that time, y'all. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree and leave. Time for me to be like a bunch of birds and get the flock out of here. So don't forget, I will be with Tony over on his channel Wednesday morning. Couldn't get the time. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you guys all have a good evening. Come over and see me and Tony Wednesday morning about 11 o'clock over on his channel. I don't know what we're talking about, but you know it's going to be interesting. So until then, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. We'll catch you later. Y'all have a good night.